great gatherings comes great responsibility.
I know you have interesting opinions on Juggalos and rap music. Would you like to say something about that kind of stuff?
So, as I had said, much love, guys. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, I'll say this much.
I won't stop.
I said some things. I said, you know, the Juggalos have changed a lot. They really have, from it being just being about the music to being about something else. I wasn't buying it until it was today actually where really I was like proven wrong. I was over at the tent and Jump Steady was talking about all the history of the gathering. I'm like, man, I got mad love for all these stories. Good shit, bad shit, but he wasn't being like, the gathering is great, glorious place, everything goes right. No, he was being real about it. And I have anyone who's being real about something like that, like, you gotta give them props. Most people are just trying to sell you a product, polished, branded, and sent to you. Not Jump Steady, and not Psychopathic Records, not the Juggalos. They'll tell you all the bad shit. Like, they'll be like, yeah, but that's not what it's about. And I'm like, well, tell me what it is about. And I didn't buy it. It's about looking out for each other. It's about being a family. And I'm sitting there a little skeptical. Whoop, whoop, brother. And I guess after today, meeting all these Juggalos, people stopping, I thought I was going to catch a lot of flack. I really did. We all were like, I mean, that's why I brought my guy. I was nervous at first, but
it's all love, though. It's all love, right?
Is. Oh, man, and people did this. They'd wave me over. This guy today, he says, Sid. I was like, oh, shit. Nobody around me. Come here. All right, so I sat next to this guy. Beautiful story. This is yours. This is your story. So you can have this, the whole thing. He sits me down. He goes, would you like a beer? I said, I'd love a beer. Hands me a beer, and I crack it open. And he goes, let me tell you about how I got involved with the Juggalos. It was my first gathering, but it wasn't the first gathering, and that's how I met my girlfriend. I'm like, that's an interesting story. Like, he goes, and the shitty part, it was the last day. So we didn't get to spend the rest of the gathering together. It was because of the gathering that we had met, and we are together to this very day. Damn, son. And I was like, that's a powerful fucking story. He was telling me, I heard the stories about Juggalo justice happening, where it's like, oh, a motherfucker was blood, and Jump Steady was...
Fuck Sid Jones! Fuck Sid Jones!
Caught stealing shit.
Yes, he was. And he was parading it, man.
I'm starting to get sober now. It's awesome.
And here's the best part, too. It's anarchy, dude. Like,
Long time baby back again. You know what it is. It's Sid Jones.
So,
Sid takes it.
So I'm just so excited to be here and hearing these stories and hearing, like, okay, it's not just, like, what the Juggalos had created, but it's what, like, Jump Steady and all of them wanted it to be. It's like, we hoped that our fans would do this, to start a movement. And if there's anyone that backs movements, it's this guy. So was I proven wrong? Juggalos got me 1, 2, 3, man. They laid me out and they says, now say some shit. And I'm like, you guys silenced me. You guys fucking changed my mind about all of it. It's my first gathering. I couldn't be happier being here. I'm mad love for every motherfucker that's here, dude. Whether you love me or hate me.
It's your first gathering, man?
Yes, sir.
Same here, man.
Hey!
Same here.
Thanks for being here. Oh, yours too.
Technically,
So
same
you're
here.
filming a documentary?
If you want to talk, go ahead and talk, brother.
Let me explain the partying aspect of the gathering. I was riding on a trolley, and I'm riding on the backpack of the trolley sitting. And I'm riding kind of like this with my feet to the ground. I'm barely sitting on, but I'm like standing rock solid. And ABK, who was just doing construction over in that tent, was riding up on a fucking golf cart, and he was holding out a damn bottle of red, white, and blue. Shit, what's the name of it? It doesn't matter what the name of it is. But he was holding out some bottle of nice liquor, and he's like, chug it, somebody chug it. And I made the poor life decision to go, fuck it, sure. And I grabbed the bottle from him, and while I'm in that position, I'm sitting and I chugged 10 count of this, handed it back to him, and now here I am lightly sobering up because this ice cream Oreo. This movie is sponsored by Oreo ice cream.
Oh, now that's something else I want to bring up too. The artists don't hide in their RVs.
No, they don't.
They come out and they party.
Yeah.
They're
I
they'll
can't tell you how many times I've like he said, I've seen just people rolling around.
When I was going through my whole thing of being in between, I found out my best friend had passed away. And he was the one who got his friendship and my friendship was because of the Insane Clown Posse. It was a Hollow Wicked 2008 that brought us together. And as we started hanging out, we started learning more about each other. It was just inseparable. Years went by and he passed away. It was unfortunate. I was upset by it, by his loss. Like it was like losing a brother, and nobody had told me for almost an exact year. I found out on Google Images, black and white picture shows up. So I broke away from the Juggalo thing because anytime I listened to an ICP song, it made me think of him, and it hurt. I couldn't get past it, so I started finding other music, started listening to this music I listened to in high school. And I decided that I was going to bring back a character that I had written in 2009. It was just a Sid Jones novel, just a character I came up with. Cocaine and beer, man. Cocaine and beer. Coke's a hell of a drug. It wasn't myself. I was hearing stories about the things that I did on these substances. And I said, that's not me, that's somebody else entirely. So I saw my biography, it was Sid Vicious and Steve Jones were names on it. I'm like, Sid Jones would be a badass name. So I did that, made a book, and decided to finally write one. And I hit up CPN. He's been my dude for many years, people don't know that. But Child's Play Ninja and I, we actually go way back. I went by the name Hatchet at the time. Took my hiatus. Woof woof!
Sid, come on. Let's see that butthole.
Teddy's.
Every time.
Every time.
You
man.
probably got to get it every time they go by, huh?
I do, but you want to know something? It's all out of love, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather hear Sid Takes It, show us your butt. I'd rather hear that whole 9.
Because you know where it's coming from.
It's coming from the heart, man. It's
Right.
coming out of love. It's like, Sid, you fucked with us. I'm
We're
like,
giving
yup,
you
yup.
polite shit.
Yeah, we're being polite about it. Like, we're being the better men about it. And they are. They are much better people than I'll ever be. And I mean that. So I'm promoting my book, and I messaged CPN. I says, Child's Play Ninja, would you do me a favor? Would you let me come onto your show and promote my book? I'd like to make some money on it. He goes, yeah, sure. I'm debating this one dude. His name's Chuck Reeves. And he says, so if you're going to promote your book, use that. This is cool. So he gives me a little spot. I start promoting. I started, I'm like, hey, I got this book out, Descent is Not Treason, available on Amazon. Guys, check it out. Yeah, I think the Juggalos would dig it. Nobody dug it at the time. So Chuck hits me up and says, hey, would you want to come on my show? I'd love to interview you. You write books. And that's how I got involved in hip hop, because everybody thought that I was just apparently up this dude's ass. And apparently there was some misconstrued information that got around someplace. And it was Maximum Overload gave this dude a phone call and says, why don't you put your books on the shelf? Why don't you get back in the music scene? You wrote for Juggalo News. And I'm like, how the fuck did you know I wrote for Juggalo News? Because I went under a completely different name. He goes, I know who you are. He goes, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I got mad love for you. Everything you do. He says, so I'm going to help you. Instead of asking you for money, instead of trying to, I'd rather give you something better than just trying to square things off and just be bygones with bygones. I want you to be a rock star. I want Sid Jones to evolve. I see hope in Sid Jones. I'm going to help you. CPN helped me. The whole Jugganati helped me. And they said, let's do this together. Let's build up Sid Jones. So he says, you want to fuck with Lars? You run the Lars street team. You'll do this. I'll help you promote this. Max and I on the phone, hours on end, man. Helping me out. Getting promotion for Lars, promoting their music. Now I end up being King Gordy's publicist. A year later, shy past a year later, man, I'm already on stage with King Gordy, being his hype man. The worst hype man in the world, by the way. I am the worst hype man. But it was funny. If you haven't heard the song Grimy, it's a little bit of a plug for Gordy, but you guys should check out this video. You'll laugh. So if you haven't heard the song, it's got words in it. And everybody and Gordy looked at me waiting to see if I'd slip and say it. Never said it, man, but you could just see Gordy holding his microphone, just staring at me the whole time. Like, while I'm hyping for him, he's just like, he's gonna fuck up. He's gonna fuck up. He's gonna do it. And I didn't. And the whole crowd was like, they wanted an encore afterwards. And I looked at Gordy, I'm like, should we give him one? He goes, we worked hard enough, man. He goes, you were a stage manager all night. Let's head out. Killed it. And that's all because of the Jugganati, man. It's all because of the Juggalos. The Juggalos, with their hate and their love, brought me to everything that I am today. With Rocks TV, they discovered me because of people like Brooklyn Menace doing my intro. They discovered me because of people having my back. I'm not my own person. I am a hybrid of all the people I've looked up to. More importantly, I'm where I'm at today, right now, right here, right now, because of the Juggalos. It was the Juggalos that got me here. It wasn't Rocks TV. It wasn't Replicon. It wasn't anybody I fucked with. It was the motherfucking Juggalos, man. It was all their support and their hate. Because either way, people got the attention that I needed, that they needed. I got to piss them off, I got to say some things, and I got to hear their stories. Because when you're nice to everybody, you don't get to hear that side of it until years and years later. Like, oh man, I've known you for 5 years. I never heard that story. But when you're a dick, they'll tell you right off the bat. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm glad to be here. It's the motherfucking gathering. It's the 20th annual. Much love to each and every one of you. If you
Hell
ain't
yeah,
down
brother.
with this, fuck what you think. Check out this documentary. Check out my homie
Sid
here,
takes it.
my homie Mac and Hose. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.